So round 3 is completed in the N.E.F.L shortened season and things are beginning to take shape. In this episode we're going to be looking back at some of the results. I have some footage for you and also we'll have a glance at what's coming up this week in fixtures. But first, let's have a look at the ladies' results from last Monday night. 35 goals in 6 matches played on Monday night in the Women's League. Screen Tara 4-1 winners over Toro. Trim Celtic 3-1 win against Kingscote Harps, while Park Celtic and Park Villa played out a 4-all draw. Belogan had a great 1-0 win away to Slane. Albion Rovers big 6-1 winners to draw to town, while Balbriggan got a 7-3 win against Key Celtic. And remember, you can get all N.E.F.L news on our website, N.E.F.L.ie. You can find the fixtures there and results. And we'll also be updating the divisions as the weeks go by. That's all on N.E.F.L.ie. Let's have a quick look at some of the results from the weekend. And on Thursday nights, Johnstown made it 3 wins out of 3 with a home win over Virginia. 4-0 there. Me Daily TV were at that recording, so we shared that on our page if you want to give it a look. I was at Albion Rovers versus RD under a nice dry stand. Let's have a look at the footage of that one. RD Celtic opened the scoring in this one after only a couple of minutes. Brian O'Connor getting his head to a great Mikey Nutty free kick to put them 1-0 up. Albion, in fairness, responded well. Alan Dice was giving RD all sorts of problems down the left side. Just had no end product to all his hard work. Albion had to be alert at the back as well to make sure the score stayed 1-0. Lee Kavanagh a great tackle there. The second half saw Albion start all guns blazing and soon found themselves level when Manny Smith rose highest and glided his header into the RD net. RD should have taken the lead again when Brendan Matthews was put through here. Somehow managed to put the ball wide one-on-one with the keeper. That miss will come back to haunt RD as a few minutes later Manny Smith grabbed his and Albion's second of the match. Great finish.
Get it free.
Manny was down denied his hat-trick and a great save from RD goalkeeper David Anderson denied him. Albion finished the game with a stronger team, but a combination of poor finishing and good goalkeeping kept the score down to 2-1. Great result there for Pat Moulton's Albion Rovers side. Now some of the results from Friday night to go through, and Toro got their season back on track with a 4-2 win against Glenmuir. Carrick travelled away to Rock Celtic and came out with a very impressive 2-0 win there against a previously unbeaten Rock Celtic side. Kingscote Harps had a 3-0 win at home to Drogheda Town, while Square travelled to Baileyborough and won 5-3 in the night. There's some footage to show you there from that game sent in by Square. I was at United Park under the stand again in that bad weather to see Boyne Harps against Trim Town. Let's have a look at that one. Boyne Harps made 7 changes from their first game and almost took the lead in the first 60 seconds. Martin Kelly with a header over the bar. Trim Town then had a chance to take the lead, only to see this effort go narrowly wide. Boyne Harps then did take control of the game. Skipper Ryan Connor with his second of the game here to put them 2-0 up. Trim Town found themselves back in the game when they were awarded a penalty, which they converted to make it 2-1. Now have a look at this. Killian Brennan thought he put Harps 3-1 up, only to see it disallowed by referee Brian Murphy. Let's have a look at that again. Ref clearly indicating it was an indirect free kick. The start of the second half, Trim did have a couple of long range shots but didn't get any on target before Boyne Harps took control of the game. Connor here getting his hat-trick to make it 3-1. Connor wasn't the only one to get a hat-trick on the night. Sub Marty Walsh coming on and grabbing 3. But 2 of them would come from the penalty spot. These 2 penalties would end up putting Boyne Harps 6-1 ahead in the night. I missed Harp's 7 goal and it was a peach. Killian Brennan scored from his own half. Before he had a hand in the last goal of the night. His free kick saved here, but Kyle Malloy following up to make it final score. Boyne Harps 8, Trim 10-1. Comfortable victory in the end now for Boyne Harps. On Saturday there were 7 fixtures played, with the big winners of the day being Ford Drew. They were now 5-0 winners away to Robinstown. While Parkville Seconds made it another win when they beat N.E.F.L Seconds 3-2. Quick look through some of the results from Sunday, and Havnamore made it 3 wins in the bounce with a 3-1 win against local rivals Bay. Cork Celtic incredibly 10-0 winners against Oldcastle, while OMP beat Kel Celtic 2-0 at home. Trim Celtic got back to winning ways with a 5-1 win against Donacarney, while Slane and Kells played out a 4-all draw. Another 4-all draw was Abbey Celtic and Johnstown Seconds, while Millmount Celtic had an impressive 6-0 win against Park Celtic Summerhill. Another derby on the day was Deleek and Kentstown. Both teams went into this unbeaten, and I was there to record the footage. Let's have a look and see how it went. With both teams unbeaten going into this game, the first goal was always going to be crucial. Deleek had the earlier chances before Kentstown started putting some pressure on them. Going close here, side net. It'll be Kentstown who would open the scoring. Keep watching out with a great turn and cool finish to make it 1-0.
Yes! Big turn, Pete! Hi, Colin Lynch!
Just before half time though, the league thought they were back in the game when they awarded a penalty. The ball striking Colin Lynch in his hand. Just have a quick look at that in the replay. You see the ball bounces up and just catches him on the hand there. Up step Barry Kavanagh. You don't usually see Barry missing chances like that, hitting the crossbar and going over. Kentstown then double the lead early in the second half. Dylan Doyle getting in the end of a corner kick there. Looked like something straight from the training ground. The Leaf then found themselves back in the game from a fortuitous clearance. Keeper John Clark doing very well to keep the initial shot out, with Barry Kavanagh the quickest to follow up and score for the league. Kentstown then regained their 2-goal lead when Darragh Corcoran ran clear of the chasing the league defence to place the ball in the bottom corner from long range. Great finish. Kentstown could have extended their lead even further and they awarded a penalty in the last few minutes. Up step La rivals from 12 yards. Balloons it over the bar. But Kentstown still go on to win the game 3-1 and keep their unbeaten record intact. It's about that time where I usually ask if you're going to a North East Football League game to send me in any footage you might record. I know with the restrictions to come in, it's a bit hard to get to a North East Football League game, well unless you've a set of golf clubs. But if you're a PRO or a player with your phone on the side and you manage to capture any footage, send it in to me at the email address below and we'll stick it in this podcast and share it on a YouTube channel. Now, Square United did send in some footage from their game against Baylor. Let's have a wee look at that. This footage was sent in to us by Square United. The first goal comes from Jay Gillespie, finishing off a great move. Couple of passes there into the box and a nice finish by Jake. The second one's from the penalty spot by Martin Duffy. I believe it's his 4th goal in 3 games. But with any luck the restrictions get lifted and we can all get and go and see games next week. But until then you can check out the fixtures on N.E.F.L.ie. They're all up there for to see. Some of the standout games of this week will be Friday night, Rock Celtic looking to get back and win in ways when they host Kings Court. While on Saturday, Cork Celtic Seconds take on Parkville Seconds. On Sunday, Bay will be looking to get back and win in ways, but they have another big derby match against Ballorgan. Elsewhere, Kentstown host Cork Celtic. That should be a cracker. Well, a big match is OMP at home to Parkville and St Mary's. Now, I do believe OMP are streaming the home matches, so we might all get to watch that one. The other big game on Sunday sees Boyne Harps and Johnstown come head to head, both teams undefeated and looking to top the table. That's all for me from this week. Hopefully we get to see games, and if you do get to see a game and get to record some, don't forget to send it in to me. But until then, I'll see you next week.